And to Virtual Strangers, episode 124. I'm your host, Wes. With me, as always, my good friend Roots. Roots, happy Sunday, friend.
Yeah, we made it. We did it, right? Seems like there was a lot of things coming against me there at the end, but I made it. I was just a little bit late. That's cool. We did it.
Sunday, if we didn't have a little bit of adversity to hitting the go live button.
Yeah, there's always something, right? And it seems like it's always right at the last minute. You know, you're connecting for the millionth time, and all of a sudden, this program's locked up. You got to restart. Or sometimes I can't find the OBS through the Discord, which is kind of cool. That's fun, but yeah, it's always fun.
My friction today is which cool shirt do we sport this week? And we decided for the second week in a row to go with the Oculus Quest 2 community merch, hot merch, Roots.
Yeah, hot merch for sure, man. Need to get some more. Come on, Eric. Don't be so stingy on your shirts, bro. We need 2 or 3. No, just kidding. Actually, I appreciate the one I got for sure.
Well, I happen to know a couple of cool things about the Oculus Quest 2 community, which does a live stream pretty much every Thursday. One, obviously, they have hot merch. 2, I think next time they hit 30 in the chat during one of their live streams, they're going to give away a hoodie.
Oh wow!
And 3, that's not all they're giving away this week, Roots. They are giving away, get this, get this. Let me make sure I get the name of this sponsor correct here. I don't want to butcher it.
An
So there's
Oculus
a new
Quest 2. No, just kidding. You know that one already, right?
It's not an Oculus Quest 2, Roots. What it is 2 Oculus Quest 2 and $1,000 in cash.
Oh
What?
my god!
What? Did you just say 2 Oculus Quest 2s and $1,000 in cash given away this week on the Oculus Quest 2 group? Yes, I did. This coming courtesy from the brand new or upcoming rather Oculus Quest meditative app Maloka. So big thank you out there to Maloka for being so awesome, giving away the good stuff on the Oculus Quest 2 community group this week. There is, of course, a link in the description down below. So all of you out there, people like Scion, people like Jarillo, who just need to have an Oculus Quest 2, well, here's your chance. Here's your chance, friends. And get this, if you don't win the Oculus Quest 2 and instead get that $1,000, you can get a Valve Index, bro.
Yeah, I'd rather win the 1,000. I could go buy the Oculus Quest 2 and still have $600 in my pocket. How crazy is that? You know, it's funny because I wanted to throw something outlandish out there. Like Oculus Quest, dude. No, it's this accessory. It's some Kiwi straps and then you come back with it's 2 and $1,000. That's crazy, bro.
On up in the world over there on the Oculus Quest 2 group, man. Doing big things. So awesome. So happy for Eric and so happy for us, bro. I mean, this is it's our community too, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And also, you'd be remiss to mention this, Wes. I'm sure it's not even on your radar. The VR Roundtable had a reunion today. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. Because I know you know Anthony from his website, not necessarily from that podcast. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was doing family stuff, but I'm going to watch it later. And everybody was excited to see the whole crew. I think, was the whole crew back together again? Okay, cool.
The whole crew was back together again. I was aware of it, and I did watch a good portion of the show live.
Oh wow, cool. Well, I'll tell you what, Reckoner VR is one reason to be there for it, and then Anthony, of course, and Steve, but and Chris. But I'm always going to put Reckoner there first.
So Paradise Decay in the chat says, I was thinking about a RE t-shirt, but the words wouldn't fit. So if we did a RE t-shirt, I think think it might be a hot seller, Roots, and
You-
we'd have to give Decepticon a little bit of the proceeds from it, right?
yeah, absolutely. Or we could just give him some, at least give him knowledge about it. You know that it was his idea. You could put that doesn't have to be huge letters, man. You could start big and go small, or vice versa. There's a lot of different things.
We could do long sleeves and just start at one wrist and go up across the chest and down the other.
Yeah, absolutely. That's crazy. Decepticon says trademarked. Okay, we got
Yeah.
that.
Anyway, lots of friends showing up in chat. Scion says, "How come no one ever gives away a free index? It's racist."
Well, yeah, I think it is. I think everything. If you don't like it, just call it racist, and then just grab a pitchfork and start going. That's society.
Your giveaway's canceled, Eric.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell, man? This would be funny. People are like bitching because it's not an index you're giving away, and you're like, this is an Oculus Quest 2 group. And I thought that was funny last week, or I guess it was it last night? Wow, man. Yeah, I feel time is all over the place. But when a couple people, I am assuming, came from that group, right? They were from the Oculus Quest. They were asking about, kind of just inquiring why we were talking about PlayStation VR stuff, right? Because that's just one little niche, man. Well, I'll tell you what, you Oculus Questies out there, you're gonna get the bite, the taste, and you're gonna need to come over to Sony. You're gonna want to try some of the PC VR stuff. So it's good to know this stuff as well.
Yeah, once you work your way through that catalog, you'll be on to the next, like the rest of us, and you'll be like a junkie without with you know what I mean. You'd be shivering cold on the floor looking for the next fix.
Absolutely. Meow Meow, the Gamer Cat says, how dare they not give away a free CV1 for Scion?
How dare you?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not the CV1 Facebook group, which there might be one of those out there. I'm not sure how many people would still be in the group, but I'm sure it's still carrying on somewhere in the shadows.
I will add there. I did add the Scion at the end of his quote. I don't want to put words in Meow Meow's mouth there.
Anyway, Rezel in the chat says, big shout out to the Maloka Development Studio for this. 100%. And again, if you'd like to get in on that, if you would like an Oculus Quest 2, if you would like $1,000, again, join the Oculus Quest 2 community on Facebook. Again, link in the description below. And shout out to Eric with the $5 donation, says, just because your shirt looks so good. Thank you, Eric, for the support as always.
I normally wouldn't put my name in the hat for an Oculus Quest 2, Wes, just because I would want somebody in the community to get it. I've already got one, and I get so much stuff for free. But I'm going to, if I'm allowed to, and maybe I'm not allowed to as a moderator, but would love to do it and then just give it away to our community exclusively, right? Like a flip around. So
I like where your heart's at, friend. I'm not so sure if we should enter the giveaway as we are so closely affiliated with that
probably
group.
not.
But
it was, at least I got the sentiment out there. Now I get brownie points for thinking it, even though I can't do it.
Well, our day's coming. I'm sure our Maloka will show up one day with making it rain in our chat as well.
Absolutely. Scion says the CV1 group is the Echo Arena community, Wes.
Well, there you go. There you go. Alive and well. Although I would argue that a few people in that group are probably playing the mobile version.
Or they may be playing on a superior hardware like the Index, because they've got the best of both worlds, right?
That is true. They could be doing that through the magic of Revive. PCVR, that's kind of the cool thing about it, right? Is if it doesn't already do what you want it to, you can just make it do what you want it to through modding and other various software solutions.
Mash just clarified we are allowed, so I am going to do that then. And if I win it, then you guys, our community, from me, Eric, and Wes, will be giving you the headset. So cross your fingers for me.
Oh, so he says Maloka is going to be the one doing the drawing, so that's why we're allowed.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I say if you're down to do it as well, I don't want you maybe want to get it for yourself. You've got a whole bunch of people in your house. But I'm gonna put my hat in there for you guys.
Excellent. So again, uh, Oculus Quest 2 community in the description down below. 1 week, dude, and somebody, maybe more than one of you, could be enjoying your Oculus Quest 2 when we reconvene here in 7 days.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. If I win the $1,000, I'll buy a Quest, and then I'm keeping the rest, and I'm running.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, dude. Anyway, tons to talk about this week. I mean, absolutely floored by the amount of news stories. I mean, as much as we put in the show here, and there's a lot, I had to cut some stories this week. VR blowing up. So we need to probably get into it. But before we do that, let's kick it off the way we always do by saying hello to our friends in chat. PD, of course, we already said hello to in the chat. What's up, my friend? As is Space Dennison and gaming science teacher in the house. She says, "Oh, I'm late." Not really. We just got through the intro. But get this, GST. What you did miss was that our friend Eric here and his Oculus Quest 2 group giving away 2 quests this week and $1,000. So you might want to get in on that while the getting's good.
Absolutely.
Drew is in the house. Delirium Drew, what's up? Thanks for coming by. Onakazi is back after being pulled away by a call. Meow Meow the Gamer Cat says, "There's Wes with his darn ethics again." What's up? Simplex, hello, friend. Thanks for joining us live. You know, I heard that Simplex was on MRTV this week.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, man. His podcast is up and coming. If you don't, if you speak Polish and you like VR, I guess you could watch it with captions or maybe with a translation. I've never done that, but it'd be pretty cool. But definitely influential in the VR world, so that doesn't surprise me. Paradise Decay says to remind us, don't forget, F Reality returns in 2 weeks. So they've been out for, I think, since January. So I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of curious to know why everybody has been out. If you don't know this about me, this is my secret confession. Wes, my favorite is Zimtalk, and it always has been. He's really cool. He's actually a pretty cool dude.
You know, I think it's funny. All of these other podcasts that kind of jumped ship when Oculus Quest came along and ruined PCVR for everybody, for some reason they're all getting back in now. All of a sudden, these people are starting to crawl out from under their rocks again and be enthusiastic about their enthusiasm. So welcome back, F Reality. Welcome back, VR Roundtable. You know, I don't think I've ever watched an episode of F Reality.
No, they're good. They're good. I mean, they're all different personalities, right? Each one of them in their own right has their thing. I like them all. I've actually used to watch Zimtalk streams on Twitch and stuff when I first got into VR and stuff. And he's one of the 2 people, along with Anthony, that felt awkward about mispronouncing my name as Ruuts for so long. When I came on and I did a podcast. And that reminds me, last night when I was streaming, I found out something. We've been doing the same thing to Wolf Raza. It's not Wolveraza, it's Wolf Raza. 2 words, okay. 2 syllables. Wolf Raza. So.
My bad, but I call him Wolvie half the time anyway.
Well,
so.
That's true, actually. Yeah, that's the easy way out. That's good.
Anyway, F Reality, nice to have them back. Although I got to say, they can't really hold to a candle to say VR Influencer of the Year nominees between realities. Shout out Alex VR in the chat.
Yeah.
Did you know that our friends Simplex and Alex are up for a VR award this year? And you can go vote on that now. Who you think the Influencer of the Year is? I know who got my vote.
Between the 2?
No. Their show is nominated along with a handful of others like Nathy and the usual suspects, right?
Yeah, wow.
Cass and Sherry, I think maybe.
Well, don't ask me to choose between the 2, but that's awesome, man. I definitely love both podcasts. So
anyway, Wolvie in the chat. What's up, friend? As is Scion. Acid X in the house. Let's see. I lost my spot now. Creeper Betty, what's up, Betty? Thanks for coming by. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I feel bad, Wes. We never got into Creeper Betty came over to the Discord with Messi. I think that was who it was, right? And we were gonna play Orbis VR and we never did it. We need to get in there, man.
There you go. No better time than today, Roots.
Yeah, well, I can't do it today. I gotta go bowling after the show.
Meow
kids.
Meow the Gamer Cat is in the chat, as is Traveling Man 3775. Gamer tag up there somewhere. What's up, GT? A cast of dozens, Roots, showing up to get their weekly fix of VR news. So let's not keep them waiting. Let's dive in.
Yeah.
Drew shouting out Skiva. Yeah, I was blown away and super excited for Between Realities when they got that nomination. So proud of them. I mean, these are guys we've known for a long time, way longer than they've even had a channel. So to see them come up so quickly is exciting, and it's well deserved because they do quality content over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Danny Scaling sliding in here. What's up? Thanks for stopping by. Anyway, why don't we kick it off with a few headlines, Roots, and people excited to talk about Oculus Quest and Oculus Quest 2. People excited about the Oculus Quest 2 giveaway on Eric's Facebook group.
I am. That's crazy.
But let's say you don't want to wait a week to possibly win an Oculus Quest 2. Let's say you're going to go buy one. Well, guess what? You might want to think about picking one up for a friend, because now you can buy one Oculus Quest 2 and get the second one, according to this, for £100 off. I don't know if this is something that is for our friends across the pond only, but I do know that this offer expires tomorrow.
Oh, God.
So those of you who are interested to get in while the getting's good, you better do so, because you don't have very long left.
That's crazy, man. That's a good deal. For sure.
Dude, I mean, can you think of a better device to have a BOGO promotion, a buy one, get one promotion on it than the Oculus Quest? I mean, I enjoy having two of them here because I can pick up and do in-house multiplayer anytime that I want to. And honestly, the only reason that I haven't picked up a third at this point is because I know there's going to be a new iteration right around the corner. I mean, this thing came only a year after the original Oculus Quest, not even a year. And I think everybody kind of knows that the next iteration of Oculus Quest 2 could be here within even a month's time.
Isn't it funny? Because if you were like some people always wait. Like, wow, don't get this technology. Don't get this video card, because I heard that with don't get the 2000 video card. The 3000's right around the corner. I mean, at some point you got to pull the trigger, right?
People forget quickly just how long the shelves were empty when it comes to Oculus Quest 2. It's still fairly recently, in relative terms, when we got these in stock. And, just because there's going to be a Quest 2 or Quest 2 Pro out in around a month's time, possibly, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to get your hands on one. So,
yeah, we're 2021, dude. This isn't like, 1999 where you can get whatever you want. Carl Shitsmouth says $9.99 donation. Celebrate.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Celebrate.
Dude.
The show is on the air. We got giveaways going left and right. We have a day left to get $100 off 2 Quest 2s, which Onakazi in the chat does say that it is for us as well. So those of you who are stateside that want to get in on this, be sure you do, because it does in fact expire tomorrow.
That's good. I'm glad that we get I was going to be pissed because we never get the deals. They get all the good deals. We have to pay for shipping. It's the other way around. Usually they get the short end of the stick, right? We get all sorts of deals, and they're like, why not us? So it's kind of cool.
Hey, PD in the chat, he gets it. He says, get it now. You could be dead tomorrow.
That's right. Nothing's promised. No one's promised tomorrow. We don't know if anything, just the way the world's been so up and down, man, you just don't know, man. They're already starting to talk about toilet paper being rationed at Costco again, you know. Crazy town, Wes.
Skiva joining us in chat. I guess his ears must have been itching hearing us talking about him and his nomination.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I think it's awesome, well deserved.
Absolutely. And again, thanks, Carl, Mr. Shitsmouth, as I like to like to call him. Thanks for the $10 support. We really appreciate it.
That's like saying his name.
It's very helpful right now. The donations. We're quickly depleting our savings. You're going to see what on very, very soon. I promise you that within weeks at this point, maybe even within a week. I have one more final piece that I'm working on right now in the puzzle roots, and it's going to take me a little bit to get everything in line for it. But when it does all come together, I can assure you, friend, you're going to be blown away by it.
You know, it's funny, Wes and I discussed a few months ago of rushing it, you know, and we thought, you know, we'd rather wait for a release instead of wait for a patch, right? You know, that applies to our upgrades as well, right?
Absolutely. So big things coming in very short order. We won't. I promise you, you won't see Halloween before you find out where all of your money's been going. Those of you who donate, those of you who support on Patreon, we're putting it to good use, using it to level up as we promised we would.
Yep.
Radio Runt joining us in the chat. How about we do we have the Radio Runt button at the Ready Roots?
Radio Runt, Idaho.
What's up, Radio Runt? Thanks for coming by, buddy. Anyway, let's stick with the Oculus Quest 2 as we move along to the next headline. Did Oculus Quest 2 Pro specs just leak online? I don't know, Roots, but the community sure seems to think so. We've had a couple of cool pieces come out this past week on this very leak. The most notable one coming from, sadly, it's Bradley. Shout out to Brad out there if you ever see this. Apparently, it's exciting times to be a Oculus gamer, Roots, as Bradley speculates that the Oculus Quest Pro isn't the only new headset in the works, that there's an Oculus Quest Plus in the works as well. And one of the more notable discoveries that our friend Bradley made was that the way the tracking is going to work on one of these newer iterations is going to be completely different from the way the tracking currently works. And it's going to be more like there's going to what you're supposedly seeing in these pictures here are controllers with cameras in them instead of tracking rings. And what the cameras are going to be tracking, Roots, are something built into the headset that resembles a Valve Index base station.
Wow.
So it's like the headset becomes a base station, and the controllers can see the infrared coming out of it, or whatever it uses, the lasers, the magic coming from the headset. And what this is going to allow for is more accurate tracking, even when you're not looking at the controllers directly.
That's crazy, man. You know what's funny is Scion in the Discord the other day. I guess it was yesterday. Somebody posted this. Said something about Oculus finally getting it right. And it's funny because, you know, even though I will admit, you know, for all cases, the tracking was not as perfect as base stations. I mean, obviously that's the technology, right? But that's the short-sightedness of most people. They look at what's out now and they say it's never going to be better than this. And then when it comes out, they're like, "Oh, hey, well, I'm shocked that it's better. Well, at least they got it right." Well, yeah, it's stepping stones. They're going to get everything that you want will come with time. It's just you have to go through those iterations of not getting exactly what you want. And for someone like Scion that's very competitive with his tracking, you know, I get it, you know. So now if he wants to come over to Facebook, he can, or he can still get the index. He's got choices now. So
so shout out to our homies in chat. getting the tip train running in full effect. Rizzle with $20 tip. Say the shows must go on and go on. They will indeed. Thank you, Nick, for such generosity. Thank you very much. Skiva as well says, love you guys. Keep up the awesome work. Well, you keep up the awesome work, friend. Traveling Man 3775 says, here we go, guys. Absolutely. Thank you, bud. And little baby Tinkle Boy, who looks very similar to Carl Schitzmouth, coming through with $5 more, says, woohoo.
I love the name Little Baby Tinkle Boy. I was almost wishing you wouldn't have noticed that one because I wanted that to come out of my mouth, but I got to repeat it anyway. So, what a good name.
You know who else likes Little Baby Tinkle Boy?
My mom!
I don't even know what that means, but I don't doubt it for sure because she is very, she's just very friendly. Let's put it that way.
Well, I'll explain to you what it means, Roots, but I do not want to get a strike for violating community guidelines. Hit me up in the Discord afterwards. If you want to know what I'm talking about, link in the description below.
Oh, absolutely.
Paradise Decay says, you know who else likes a train?
My mom!
Oh, man. She's getting busy quick.
Gaming science teacher coming through with some sage wisdom says, life is too damn short not to just do what makes you happy. I've been saying that my entire life, and I couldn't agree more. She says, you want to play VR, get a Quest, have fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scion says, I remember when the Oculus Forum laughed in my face when I suggested Oculus make a Quest 2 Pro when Quest 2 was released. I think I'll go back and laugh in their face. Absolutely. You should do it. Yeah. Although you might not be able to see their face because it's going to have headset on, right?
Go to the Oculus Quest 2 group, Scion, and sign up for the free headset. And hey, you may win the 1,000. There's your index, bro. So go to the community.
Can you imagine all these new iterations of the Oculus Quest 2 come out by, say, Q1 next year, spring, whatever, and this amazing device that we've been raving about for almost a year now goes the way of the Oculus Go. Like, we're in the situation now where a year from now, with this amazing device that has revolutionized the VR market, could be bargain basement clearance stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because we already, if you don't think that's possible, look at what people were thinking when Quest 2 dropped that had just bought the Quest 1 a month or two before. Didn't even know it was coming out, right? And not specifically. And they're like, oh, fuck, man, I got this piece of... They really thought it was a piece of shit a month ago. Before it was an amazing piece of technology. It's crazy.
Technology moves quickly, especially in the VR world. And that doesn't just go for the Quest. We're going to have other devices coming over the course of the next year, which, again, we fully expect next-gen features, the true next-gen features that everyone's been pining away for years, to finally start showing up next year, which kind of leads us into our next headline here. Report Apple's AR VR headset to launch second half of 22. So according to this report from this this tech insider source, they're going to begin manufacturing the Apple VR headset sometime around Q2 next year to launch in the second half of next year. So again, you don't have to want one of these things to be excited what it could mean for the marketplace, right? The VR marketplace, in terms of awareness and in terms of competitiveness. Because even if Apple does launch their headset at $2,000 or $3,000, if it's got next gen stuff built into it, Facebook will start immediately trying to make the affordable version of that. And in fact, they'll probably try to beat Apple to the market with it. So they'll try to steal as much thunder as they can from people like Apple, from people like Sony. So again, kind of a big deal whether you want to buy this device or not.
Yeah, competition drives. It's good for everybody. You know what I mean? So.
Machete says the show's blowing up tonight. Awesome, everybody. Yeah, I felt you can feel a real momentum shift lately. With newbies showing up, and I don't think that's in any small part. Not thanks to you Eric, and your contributions
Yeah.
to our community. We very much appreciate it.
Yeah, it's our Sergeant Holka, the big toe.
You know, Eric sat through my entire show prep today, Roots.
I saw
With the
that.
exception, yeah, with the exception of about 10 minutes, he witnessed every minute of it.
I thought about jumping in there, but I didn't want to interrupt the moment. It seemed like everything was gelling so well.
Gelling like a felon, bro. So that's about enough of the hardware headlines. Anyone who's been watching our show for any time at all knows we're all about the games here. So when we talk a little bit about the games, headline: time traveling adventure Wanderer delayed to quote later this year. Extended gameplay video in this article. So we got new gameplay footage. That's the good news, Roots. The bad news, they're pushing it back a little bit. But I mean, is it really bad news? We have to wait a little bit longer. But the good news is the game's going to be right when we get it in our hands on day one. And really, that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah, and there's other games to play, right? We got a lot of stuff coming out, so focus on those. Before you know it, this game will be out, and you'll be glad it was not half baked and it was done and released properly.
Early word on the street, Roots, is that this is a beautiful game, and it's going to be epic.
Oh wow! Well, I can't wait.
I can't wait either. So later this year, expected Q4, Wanderer. This I'm fairly certain is. Well, we know it's coming to PlayStation VR, but I think it's coming to PC as well. So be on the lookout for that.
Cool.
Let me clarify before the fact checkers bust my balls. That was speculation. I'm not sure if it's coming to PC as well.
Simplex
I
was
think it is,
typing.
but so much of what I do here is from memory. So of course, take anything I say with a grain of salt until you verify it on your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
That brings us to our next headline. Captain Toonhead gets November Oculus Quest release date. So this was one of our feature titles on last week's show, episode 123. And we speculated that we were going to see this title before the end of the month because that's what it said on the Oculus Quest store page when you go to the Captain Toonhead store page. No sooner did we launch our live stream last week, did they come back and change the expected release date, knocking it back a couple of months into November. So who knows? Maybe these guys watching the show and saying, "Oh yeah, I guess we need to get on that and change it." Right?
They're like, "Oh shit, Bill, damn it, Bill forgot to update that shit." Well, I say they throw Bill under the bus. I don't know who he is, but I am looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah. We've had a lot of games be delayed this year, which is kind of the modus operandi when it comes to VR. Nothing new for us to have to wait on the best games, after the fall coming this year, which I'm going to just be honest, I expect after the fall to come in October. Again, I don't know anything. That's just my speculation. I expect that game to drop in October, but we'll see.
That'd be nice.
But we have Captain Toonhead coming later. We have Wanderer coming later. It's not like we're going to have any shortage of things to play between now and then. So again, we'd rather wait for a game than wait for a patch. So more power to these devs, and kudos to them for making the right call and just going ahead and taking all the time they need to get it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't want people refunding your game, Roots. Chances are once people pay for it once and refund it, they're not going to pay for it again. So
you get one shot, right?
Right. That's what Eminem says.
Yeah, I like that song.
PD coming through in the chat with some lyrics. I'm trying to place them, but the Wanderer. They call me the Wanderer. That's right, the Wanderer. I guess I don't know. Skiva says LOL PD. Yeah, I concur with that sentiment as well. So enough with the delays. Let's move to the next headline and get to some actual exciting news. Vracer hover bike mega update coming October the 14th. So here's a game, Roots, that I have never played, but I do happen to know that this one is fairly popular among certain people in our community.
Mm.
And it looks like if I try this one within the next few weeks, I'm going to be experiencing the best version possible of this game, as huge updates coming down the pike for V-Racer Hoverbike.
I know I own it. I'm 90% sure it's on Steam, but I'm not sure. Because I bought it a long time ago. It's pretty cool. I definitely like the way you lean and stuff. It's different. It's actually, you can tell it's made for VR versus, any other racer that's out there. So
I'm going to click through on this one actually, as our show notes have active links in them, as our patrons know.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get an idea of what we have here with this this update. It says the major update is set to feature new menus, new game modes, new control system, new bikes, career mode, achievements, an improved library editor, enhanced multiplayer mode with spectator mode for streamers, and the long-awaited brand new neon tracks. So basically a complete overhaul for V-Racer
I
Hoverbike.
was going to say, that's it. I'm just kidding, man. That is an overhaul. That's a lot of shit, man. That's a lot of good stuff. That's like, if you're a big fan of this game, everything you just heard is like, oh my God, that's amazing. It does make me want to go back into it. So I can't wait to check it out.
Radio in the chat says, I cannot wait for that V-Racer update. It is a great game.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely check it out then, because we only have to wait a couple more weeks. So I guess 3 more weeks, right?
Yeah. Less than 3.
Yeah, 2.5.
No, right around. Yeah, you're right. Right around 3 weeks. So stay tuned for more on that one. I'm sure we'll be getting into it at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
A game that we have already gotten into
Ooh.
at one point in the past, an awesome VR party game, Loco Dojo, coming to Quest in the form of Loco Dojo Unleashed. This October, Roots cross-buy is enabled for this one as
Ooh.
well. So if you already have it on Oculus Quest, you're going to get it for free on Rift. You'll get it for free on your Quest and vice versa. So we had fun with this one, didn't we?
Yeah, this is on Viveport Infinity as well, or at least I think that's how we played it. Yeah, this is really cool. This is equivalent of VR. What is that game? Mario
Party.
Yeah, Mario Party. It's like a Mario Party game in VR. That's actually really cool. We thought we were going to play it and make fun of it, and we were like, this is actually pretty good. I didn't even know this game existed. I was surprised, and we even said at the time this great game would be amazing on the Quest, right?
Yeah, and lo and behold, we speak it into existence, Roots. Here it is. A few months later, Loco Dojo Unleashed coming to Oculus Quest, up to 4-player multiplayer party games in this one, and fun original games in this. It's a collection of mini games that are rather enjoyable,
I think it's going to blow up on Quest. I think it'll do really well. So,
as most games do. Hence the popularity with their developer friends.
yeah.
William Mumford in the chat says, read that the Luke Ross Mafia VR mod got a first-person update today for the on-foot portion of the game. Luke Ross leveling up left and right, man, these days. Dr. Beef and Luke Ross, they deserve our utmost admiration and gratitude for the yeoman's work that they're doing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And join their Patreon if you get a chance. I don't know. I guess I know Luke Ross has one. I don't know about Dr. Beef. I think he does as well, right?
I'm sure all these guys have Patreons. I mean, we have Patreon.
That's true.
Everybody has Patreon.
Yeah,
so.
you might as well. Everybody should have one, right? But they definitely put, I mean, I know in Luke Ross's case, he quit his job to do VR modding full time. That's why we have Mafia Definitive Edition in VR. So.
I joined a Patreon this week, Roots. I joined the VR Trend magazine Patreon this week, so I could get a hard copy of their next issue. I heard a little bird told me that some people we might know might be getting mentioned in that episode or issue, rather. So,
really, dude? So if you join the Patreon, you get a physical copy of the magazine, or is it too late?
if you join the proper tier. Like the bottom tier is just like ours, it's just a few bucks and you can get a digital copy. The tier I joined, I think, is like $6 a month, and you get a physical issue bi-monthly. So
Oh,
every other month
oh,
you
cool.
get an issue in your mailbox.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I have to check that out.
Anyway, moving along, awesome update for VR Vracer hoverback. Awesome update for Loco Dojo coming to Oculus Quest. How about an awesome update for Zero Caliber? All the Oculus Quest version getting new content this week in the form of 2 new survival modes that, of course, as everything else, can be enjoyed with friends. Uh, I almost made Zero Caliber one of our main topics this week, Roots, but I wanted to hold off because this isn't the only news coming from X-Real Games this week.
Oh,
Um, they promised an announcement this past Friday for PlayStation VR as well as PC VR. They then subsequently postponed this announcement till tomorrow on Monday. So big news coming from these guys tomorrow. I don't have any idea what it is, but I do have some speculation. And my speculation is I think that Zero Caliber, what's it called, Reloaded, um, I think that that's going to be ported in the PC and PlayStation VR with crossplay functionality um,
how
for the
weird.
3 platforms.
How weird is that to have Zero Caliber come from PC to Quest and then have Reloaded be made different but similar but different but apparently better, and then they're going to bounce it back to PC in a different version? That's weird. I mean, that's cool, but it's definitely bizarre. I never could have predicted any of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm speculating that this is what's happening is because uh, it's the only thing that makes sense is you want to have crossplay, right? And in order to have crossplay, you got to have the same version across the board. And we've said it before, man. The reloaded version of Zero Caliber is the best version of Zero Caliber based on the user interface being so superior to the PC version. Now, hopefully, this won't mean that the PC version takes a graphical hit, and I guess the same could be said for the upcoming PlayStation VR version as well.
Mm.
Uh, but these guys know what's up, and I'd be quite frankly surprised if it took too big of a hit. These guys are very talented group over there at X-Real.
Yeah, definitely interested to see what happens.
So yeah, so again, stay tuned. Hit the button and the bell if you haven't already, as we will be revisiting this game very soon.
Yep.
Phasmophobia now has offline single player routes. So you want to check out Phasmophobia? You don't want to do it with a group of friends? Well, guess what? You don't have to anymore, as the game now has its own single player mode.
Well, so how does it work? Is it like more of a campaign then?
I would assume that that it works very similarly to the existing game, only there's I'm sure that the mechanics have been simplified so that you don't have to carry nearly as much equipment into the game to be able to identify what kind of specter you are dealing with.
I guess it'd be a good way to like practice, right? If you're not really sure on how to play the game very well, it'd be a good way to just get in there and test out some scenarios. Because that for me is the biggest thing that daunts me still about this, Wes, is that I mean, granted, I've only gone in for a couple hours or worth, but I still don't know what the whole base of it is. Like all the different tools and stuff. It's just a lot. It's too much.
Kind of, in my opinion, this is a necessity for any kind of multiplayer game, because a lot of people, especially VR gamers, uh, aren't naturally multiplayer gamers. Like I was never a person who played a lot of multiplayer before VR. So a lot of people coming in, they aren't social gamers. They're really self-conscious and they don't want to go into a multiplayer game worried about whether or not they're going to suck. So it makes a lot of sense for VR multiplayer games to have this kind of single player mode that allows people to go into the game, get their feet wet, and then when they feel comfortable enough with the game, now we're inviting our friends with us so that we can show them the game as opposed to the other way around.
Yeah, true. Yeah, sounds cool. It's an extra mode. Who's going to argue, right?
Right. Well, free updates are free updates, bro. And, again, this is an early access title. It has consistently improved with frequent updates, and just another in a long line of improvements to that game.
True. I agree.
Little PSVR news. Puzzle Bobble 3D hits PSVR this October. So this completely expected, as this title recently launched for Oculus Quest. Big difference here, though, Roots. It comes to the PlayStation platform with a full flat version as well. So you don't even have to have a VR headset to play Puzzle Bobble on PlayStation. You can play it on your flat screen as well. Although I can't imagine why anybody would want to play this on a flat screen.
And practice, so you don't make a fool of yourself, and it's not multiplayer. So let me ask you this: do you think it has a free PS5 upgrade update? Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, these graphics do look kind of tough for the PS4 to deal with. But we might need that extra power to render this one out.
Yeah, absolutely. I just like that. It just makes you feel good. You're like, yes, a free PS5 upgrade.
Decepticon in the chat says single player Phasmophobia is stupid scary, and that's a good point, man. When it comes to these horror games, I'm sure they're a lot more scary when you play by yourself, right? When you don't have that support to fall back on. Phasmophobia did not scare me very much when I played it in the early days of its early access, but it might have been a different story if I didn't have Gamer Chick and other friends to lean on at the time.
That's true. You're a little isolated. What'd be cool is if you were like playing it and you started like hearing real things happening or feeling like somebody touching you and stuff, but nobody's there. That'd be crazy. Maybe that wouldn't be cool.
Drew in the chat says he's currently addicted to the new Contractor's Survival 4-player co-op.
Yeah,
a lot of people blowing that one up. Mr. Tasselhoff says, "Yo, Lone Echo is $10 right now. It is indeed,
crazy.
as it prepares for the launch of its sequel later this year. Lone Echo, AAA level VR experience, which has been $40 pretty much the entirety of my time in VR. Now pennies on the dollar at $10.
Is it a permanent drop or just a daily deal or what?
I don't think it's permanent, but it has been going on for some time now. So if you're interested in it, I wouldn't wait. I'd go ahead and pick it up.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer for $10, man.
Decepticon says Phasmophobia also works with the Haptics Fest. So there you go.
Paradise Decay says he had things touching him when he's playing some horror games in a friend's haunted cellar. And then he throws in, and you know who else likes to be touched?
My mom!
Oh, yeah, she does. But specifically by ghosts, too, I heard.
So PD having people touch him in a cellar. I wonder who's residing in his cellar down there.
Wonder if they're still down there.
They are. They're waiting for him to come back.
It's been a while.
Headline: Outlier VR demo shows creative VR-centric weapons. So we've talked about this game before on the show. This is the latest in a group of potential releases from Stride developer Joyway. They didn't even wait till they got their next game out before they launched even another one, Roots. And apparently it's coming along well enough for them to have a demo on the Steam website. This was our free stuff of the week this week on Free Stuff and Killer Deals. Outlier, you can play it now on Steam.
Joyway is crazy, man. There's just one new game after the next. Each game is better than the rest. The last one, right? I just shows you they're just getting better and better as a team, and I get more excited about every game that comes out. I get more excited about. So that's cool.
Yeah, man. Joyway VR Factory, man, cranking out the games and seemingly getting better as they go as well.
Okay, and I forgot to tell you this, Wes. I won't give you any spoilers, but you're gonna love Resident Evil 8 when you go to play it. Because I was not what I expected, dude. It was really cool so far.
I fully expect that I will love it, but I'm going to remain strong. I'm playing that game in VR. If I do break down and play it early, it'll be Vortex.
But no, this is the thing, though. This is why I brought it up. So as I'm playing last night, Traveling Man makes a comment, right? I'm streaming it, and he says, I think it was Traveling Man. He said, it looks like there's foveated rendering when I was looking around and stuff. And sure enough, when I was doing something specific, but when I did certain things, when I was moving, it sure enough was foveated a little bit subtle, but you could tell. And it was to me, it really does seem like proof that it's coming to VR. And that was Mash's prediction. He said he predicts it's going to be a PS5 VR release title.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. We do know for a fact that this game, VR support was in development for this game at one point early on in the development cycle. We know this from playtesters who have leaked it and reported so. So the question really isn't if, but when. Hence my abstinence from playing this one. I know it's coming, and I am more than willing to wait so that I can experience it the right way the first time.
This is my thing. I start games and replay them months later all the time in VR or out of VR. So this will be no different. Yeah, Traveling Man says, yeah, it was a vignette, so you could see it was clearly there. So but yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, we're so close to March now, and it's starting to look like that's going to be the time frame. So hopefully.
PD says, funny story, when I played Blair Witch at a local haunted wood at night, the next day at home, both my wife and daughter said a woman whispered in their ears.
Oh, wow. You're dragging shit home with you, PD. He's like, it's just a YouTube video, dude.
He says, I'm planning to return to the woods to take the ghost back.
Oh, yeah. Well, what if you bring extras? Family of them back. Like at the Haunted Mansion at the end when you're riding out and you got the ghost hitchhiking home with you.
Yeah, absolutely. DLG 27 points out that the RE8 engine is the same engine as RE7. It's the re-engine. You're absolutely right.
Well, as amazing as much as I loved Resident Evil 7, I'm being blown away so much more by RE8. That's why I say you're gonna love it. I can't wait.
Big words, brother. Big words.
Yeah, big words that'll be followed up by Wes going when he plays it in VR.
You know who else goes?
My mom!
Oh yeah, man. All the time.
All right. So final headline for this week's headline segment. Netflix releases Eden Unearthed on App Lab for Oculus Quest. That's right. You heard me correctly. Netflix has launched a VR game to support one of their original series. And I'm pretty sure this is free on App Lab right now.
Wow. Definitely worth checking out, right? I want to know what it's all about.
Let me just verify that right quick. Yep, free on App Lab. And free is free, bro. Free VR games, count me in, especially when it's something produced by Netflix, which subsequently recently announced Mike Verdu as their head of content there. So Oculus's Micah Verdu moving over to Netflix recently and showing dividends already as Netflix already putting out VR titles.
That's crazy.
And Skiva says, and it's terrible.
It's free, bro. It's something you can make fun of. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I've never saw the show. I would submit. A lot of people disagree. But I would also submit Skiva. In my opinion, most of the programming of Netflix is terrible. But that's just my opinion.
Netflix, however, home of modern stand-up comedy. Like, if you like watching comedy, Netflix is a treasure trove of stand-up. All the biggest comedians releasing their specials through Netflix. You know, it doesn't matter who you're talking about. Dave Chappelle, uh, Norm Macdonald, who recently passed. It. Everyone's special. Joe Rogan. Everyone's special. Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer. They're all on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, Onikazi says, yeah, for a free thing, it's not terrible. But yeah, when he saw it, watched Gamertag try it on his channel, he had Little Witch Academia vibes from it. So I never played Little Witch. Was it not good?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it either.
No.
So gaming science teacher says that there's some confusion. There are two different App Lab entries for it, and she's not sure if they're the same or not.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Maybe one of them sucks and the other one's really good.
Yeah, well, maybe both of them suck. For all we know, I don't know. It's interesting to know. Let us know in the comments below if you've tried either one or both. Let us know if they're both good.
Acidex says, I can't be the only one that sees the absolute irony of Netflix making a Quest game, but leaving their old Oculus Netflix app in the dust for so long. That's a good point.
Yeah.
What's going on with this Netflix? Get your shit together, bro.
Yeah, what the hell? Well, I heard they're not making very much money. Oh, wait, they're probably making money hand over fist, right?
Yeah, in spite of themselves.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's going to wrap up this week's headlines and get us into the main course routes. Good stuff going on this week. Exciting times. As this past week, Bit Planet Games finally announced the sequel to their critically acclaimed VR flight simulator, Ultrawings. The announcement of Ultrawings II has been a long time coming, as the studio has been dropping teasers now periodically for about 2 years, over 2 years, actually. The good news is that all of this development time points to a sequel that promises to deliver more than just a few new maps. The game pretty much promises to be an expansion in every way. The single aircraft from the original will now be one of a roster of 5, which includes a biplane, a World War II style monoplane, a helicopter, and a rocket jet.
Mm.
Furthermore, the studio says that the islands are about 3 times the size of the original, and the world is teeming with buzz cars, boats, other aircraft, and other signs of life. The game will feature a day night cycle now, as well as variable weather. And all in all, the sequel will carry about 3 times the total gameplay of the original. The nature of the gameplay has expanded as well, however, as it will also now include airborne combat, including dogfights, intercepting enemy bombers, and destroying enemy ground and naval assets from the sky. On top of all this, the studio promises post launch content updates that will include new islands, new aircraft, and more. Ultrawings II launches early 2022 on Oculus Quest, Steam VR, and Oculus Rift. Roots, Oculus Quest, Steam VR, and Oculus Rift. Anything notable missing from that lineup?
Well, I mean, I don't know what is missing from the Quest Pro. No, I don't know. Index? Any of the other?
No PlayStation VR support
Oh.
announced with the Ultrawings 2
Hmm.
game. But I would point out that this game is coming next year.
Oh yeah.
Right? This game is coming next year. Why would they announce PSVR support for a VR game that's coming next year? You know, in fact, I took to Twitter this a couple days ago, checking out what they're saying about this game, and I can confirm that this game is coming to PlayStation 5 VR. So it's not that the Sony fans are being left out in the cold, not at all. Quite the contrary. In fact, this game coming to the next iteration of PlayStation VR. Again, 100%, as the developer says. So don't worry about it, PlayStation fans out there. You're going to get your copy too, and you're going to be all the more well off for it, as this game is going to feature obviously motion controller support, uh, as well as other control options, including HOTAS and regular controller support as well.
I was struck at how good the plane, I mean, how just everything looks. The first one was cool. I really enjoyed it, but it was like the biggest thing people would say is that, hey, it's a little cartoony, right? That it's not as doesn't look as real as it, but it's the best flying example of flying in VR. And then Warplanes 2 came out, right? And then people started saying that about that. Oh, Warplanes 2 is amazing. Now you got this one, and now they're incorporating battle into it, and you got a gun, a flare gun as well. Like it seems like they're taking some of the cool things of Warplanes 2 and incorporating it into an already amazing game. So which is pretty cool. I think I'm really, like PD says, he's excited for this game, and I am as well. Traveling Man said they had four planes, I believe, in the first one. But I'm sure Wes was just reading what the report said on the news article, right? So if that's
Yep.
the case, then they need to retract it. So
Well, maybe it's just that they're carrying over one of the original planes.
okay,
I don't know. I read it as there was only one in the original. I did not play the original Ultra Wings, although
really,
I can say that this is my dad's favorite VR game. He
really.
loves Ultra Wings.
Oh, really, dude? I just bought my dad the Room VR, Dark Matter, and Jupiter. Like I told him, yeah, well, I just thought it'd be cool to have him in Jupiter, and I told him that that I got it for free, and the devs are really cool, and I wanted to support him and wanted him to try a really cool game. So
Yeah, shout out Game Dust, by the way. They launched yet another free content update this week for Jupiter Grad. The Gymnasium update, which we had originally planned on highlighting on yesterday's show, kind of got cut for time there at the end. But an amazing deal that game at $15, and it continues to get new game modes and more content for those of us who love it. So
yeah, I can't wait to hear what my dad thinks of both games. So I told him to let me know.
Traveling Man 3775 said I read that article. He probably just never unlocked the rest of the planes. Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Vindicated, Roots, that I'm not just in here reporting misinformation. I'm reporting what the VR websites tell me, man. They say one plane, I say one plane.
All you can do is research what they and tell them what they say, right?
Or I guess I could play the game, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm definitely going to play this one. This one looks cool, and you nailed it. Like they're bringing in a lot of what makes warplanes fun into the Ultra Wings game, but they're doing so much more than that. I mean, you're talking about helicopters, you're talking about rocket packs. I mean, this looks like a legit VR flying game, and not your typical flight simulator, but an arcade VR flying game, which I'm sure is going to be a blast to check out.
absolutely. I wonder what your dad's gonna think. If he likes the first one, he'll probably think this one's really cool.
Absolutely, absolutely. He loves Ultra Wings, so I'm sure he's going to be super excited. He's going to love being able to fly a helicopter. Like he'll be legitimately excited for that.
That's one of the coolest things that I said in one of my recent videos to the patrons for GTA 5 was cool, how you can fly the helicopters and planes and stuff. And it's one of the only games actually, I said at that time, the only game I know of you can fly a helicopter. Now we have another one.
We need Airwolf VR.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome, right?
Remember Airwolf Roots?
I do. I remember the music, especially. It was cool, man. There were so many cool shows back in the day, right?
Yeah, I'm waiting on my the Great American Hero VR.
Oh, that'd be sweet, dude. That would be awesome.
Anyway, again, PS5 VR support confirmed for this. Early 2022 for the other platforms: Oculus Quest, Oculus Rift, Steam VR, Ultrawings II. Again, be sure you are subscribed and hit the bell for what I'm sure will amount to many updates regarding this game between now and then.
Yep.
Paradise Decay says, I love Airwolf. I'm still singing the theme.
Absolutely. Onikazi's throwing Blue Thunder in there as well. There's a lot of amazing shows.
Mepper says that there are 5 unique craft, according to Steam. Thank you, Mepper. Yeah, the article I read said that they're carrying over one specific plane from the original Ultrawings and adding to it 4 new craft. So there you go.
Cool.
Acidex says that's super cool. Thinking of getting my mom a Quest 2 for Christmas this year. So he's replying to Wolveraza, who says he spent yesterday giving his mom a crash course in how to work the Oculus. And he got to experience her wow moment in VR by putting her into Waltz of the Wizards. So,
Wow.
there you go.
That's crazy how everybody's game is different, right? Their first experience.
Yeah, man. I mean, the magic, right? The magic of VR.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unakazi holding out for an Automan VR game. We'll be holding on that one forever. Yeah, I'm holding out on Aqua Teen Hunger Force VR. That's what I want.
There's so many options out there. You know what I mean?
Well, let's hope that the entirety of our life gets ported into VR before we kick the bucket.
Everything. I want it all. Punky
Everything.
Brewster VR. We want it all.
Absolutely. Full House VR. We can stand in the presence of Bob Saget himself.
Uncle Jesse.
Through the magic of VR.
That'd be awesome.
Go Green and Game On says, so curious they'd save this for over a year, so it would seem, for PS5 VR. Instead of porting any version to PS4, I wonder if they might anticipate a non-holiday release for the new headset in 2022. Well, here's the thing. I don't think that we're going to see it launch in, actual holiday 22. It's good. I think the window is from March to October on it. Like, we're either going to get it in March, like, some speculation is pointing to, or we're going to get it in October around the 6th birthday for PlayStation VR. And what that will do is it will allow people some shopping time before the holidays get here. We'll at least see pre-orders by then, but at any rate, people are going to want games for the new headset, and typically, when a new headset launches, that's when the getting's good for these smaller games. So it kind of makes sense for them to want to time their release with the launch of that headset.
Are you gonna get one, Wes? PS5 VR? I'm just kidding.
Dude, I'm so in.
Oh,
in on that one.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Decepticon says Alf VR.
That
Yo, Willie.
would be
So like
cool.
you're gonna be it'd be cool if like the Alf VR would had like a collaborative DLC with Neko Atsume Kitty Collector VR, so you can collect the kitties and then eat them.
Yeah, absolutely. You could go on an adventure with Alf, right? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Go to Melmac.
Absolutely. Anyway, moving on. Unplugged VR, the upcoming hand tracking based air guitar game from developer Another Way and publisher Vertigo Games, will launch for Oculus Quest 2 on October 21st. There's also a PC VR version coming later this year that will be limited to the finger tracking on the Valve Index controllers and other headsets with a hand tracking capability. In other words, don't expect to play this on Oculus Rift or the base HTC Vive. However, the game promises a Guitar Hero-like experience without the need for plastic peripherals or even a controller at that. Colored notes stream towards your virtual guitar, and you'll match them with the corresponding fingers in the correct position and then strum to the beat. Suitable for left or right-handed players, you'll have to get the feel for strumming and matching your fingers to the chords. In true air guitar style, there are even moments where you can unleash and freestyle. Perhaps the best news of all regarding this game is the awesome soundtrack. The initial lineup includes classic tracks from popular artists such as Weezer, The Offspring, Ozzy Osbourne, and more. Again, Unplugged VR due for release 21st October 2021 for Oculus Quest. Roots, this is a game that initially I had absolutely zero interest in. And then Vertigo Games entered the picture. And when Vertigo entered the picture, we saw the quality level of the footage they were sharing jump up in a big way. And now we're learning of all these awesome artists that are contributing to the soundtrack. I think we might have a hit on our hands here.
Yeah, yeah, could be for sure. Wolveraz, I think, kind of nails it. He says he's played guitar most of his life, and it's still breaking his brain on how well this is going to work or not at all. And that's my thing. It's either going to work well or it's not. And I'm just skeptical because it's with no haptics, it's going to be weird, you know. But if they can overcome that, and I like you, I said I definitely was had very low expectations, but now that Vertigo Games is part of it, I'm at least hoping that this is going to be what we would want it to be, right? So how do they overcome the no haptics? That's the thing for me. And now I am intrigued. I wanna know, because if they do, if they can make this work, that's really cool.
Yeah, I think they could overcome the lack of haptics through audio cues. The question here for me is the hand tracking going to be good enough? Like that's the
Yeah.
question here. Like uh, early reports from people who have played this game says there's a bit of a learning curve with it, and I think a lot of that has to do with the hand tracking. And as an example, I'll point to PlayStation VR, the first iteration of PlayStation VR, and the Move controllers. For someone who has played PC VR their whole life, or even Oculus Quest, who goes over into PlayStation VR, these people often have difficulty with tracking and other things when they play VR on their PlayStation due to the completely different controller and the completely different tracking system. These people have a hard time, uh, and they generally leave frustrated and angry. Now, for someone like myself who has loads of time in PSVR because I started on PSVR, um, I have no trouble whatsoever with it. Like I can do just fine playing PSVR due to my experience level, and I think we're going to see a similar phenomenon here with the hand tracking. I think people who are willing to put the time in it and uh, are able to recognize what the shortcomings of the tracking are and work around them and develop habits that allow them to work around those shortcomings without thinking about it, those people are going to do well at this game and enjoy it a lot. But I think that there's a possibility here for people who just want to pick it up once or twice and put it back down. I think they might struggle, especially when you get to the higher difficulty levels. But I would liken it to move controllers roots. I think it's going to be a very similar situation where you're either in there long enough to develop good habits, or you're going to struggle with this game.
See, I would almost rather just have controllers and play a game like this with controllers in my hands. I know the whole thing is about the wireless, the hand tracking, but I think what you just said, um, it in a one way or another, maybe I don't want to put words in your mouth, but the technology doesn't seem to be quite there for this type of a game with as much movements of your hands. But like I said, maybe the game will prove me wrong, and it'll be really good. And like I said, I agree with you 100% that having Vertigo Games joining the group was a really good pickup, really good choice. And now I at least have hope for it, and we'll see. We don't have that long to wait, right?
Right, right. And, to be clear here, I don't have enough experience with the hand tracking to know one way or the other whether or not it's going to be sufficient for this. But I can say that I do have experience with Vertigo Games titles, and I don't think that they would be launching this if it weren't in a playable state. So
True.
um, I'm going to take a wait and see approach to it. But I got to say, if they are able to pull it off, I think this is going to be super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you just have to put your headset on, you got your hands, get to feel like you're really, I mean, if you're one of those people that already likes to do air guitar, but now you get to actually do it in VR and, have cool music with it. It's cool.
Yeah, you got to jam out to some Weezer and some Ozzy, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ona Kazi in the chat asked, does it have a left-handed mode? It does indeed have a left-handed mode.
Nobody's left-handed. That's a conspiracy theory.
So I
Maybe.
wonder if you could do it in like a Jimi Hendrix mode where you do it left-handed and strung backwards.
You know who else loves to do it in the Jimi Hendrix mode?
My mom.
Oh yeah, she does.
Scion VR says the first thing I did playing PSVR was turning my back to the camera and hiding my controllers, and the tracking was awful no matter how I adjusted the camera. Well, you have to put the camera in front of you, Scion. Scion obviously trolling chat as expected. Anyway, Unplugged VR again coming October 21st. We're not going to have to wait very long. Exclusively for Oculus Quest 2, I would assume. Does Oculus Quest 1 have the hand tracking? I don't remember.
I thought it did. I thought it was because people were still raving about it back when I had my Rift S, right? About how the Quest 1 had it and Rift S wasn't getting it.
Well, at any rate, again, this game drops in just about a month's time on the Oculus Quest, and coming later to Valve Index, which I got to imagine will be a seamless experience as that device has controller-based finger tracking. And notably, PlayStation 5 VR will also have controller-based finger tracking. So we may see this on future headsets as well.
Cool.
All right, moving on to the star of the week, Roots, Sweet Surrender. Developer Salmi Games has confirmed that its upcoming shooter, Sweet Surrender, will release on Oculus and Steam platforms. Get this week. Sweet Surrender is a single-player roguelite set in a dystopian sci-fi world, with the goal being to make it past teams of robotic enemies and to the very top of a mega tower. Like most roguelites before it, Sweet Surrender gives you one life to complete your objective. You're supplied with an arsenal of weapons and the knowledge that if you fail, you must start again. Of course, you can find and collect upgrades along the way to alter your abilities, making you stronger for the next run while tailoring your character to your own playstyle. Guns, explosives, and melee weapons will all be available. Some you'll have to buy by collecting currency. You'll also need to be on the lookout for hidden secrets, equipment chests, and upgrade chips stashed behind suspiciously weak wall sections. Of course, a new map will be generated with every new run, employing a range of mechanics including jump pads, zip lines, and grappling hooks to help you ascend the tower. Sweet Surrender again scheduled to launch for Oculus Quest, Oculus Rift, and Steam VR headsets on September 30th, just a few days from now, retailing for $25 US. Roots, I'm amazed at how quickly this game has come to market. I played a demo for this during the Steam Next Fest this past summer, and while I saw a lot of potential with the game, I also saw a lot of rough edges that needed to be ironed out. Apparently, we're here, and I can say that with confidence because I saw our friend Gamertag playing this on his channel either earlier today or yesterday, and I happen to know that he wouldn't be doing that if this game wasn't ready to launch. So this is cool, Roots. We have a new roguelike shooter in VR, and it seems to be fairly detailed in terms of progression systems.
Yeah, I didn't play this thing. This looks really cool. Looks like it's incorporating a lot of cool things from different games into it, right? With I guess they're not suction cups, but just being able to, grapple yourself over. It looks really cool.
So I got to point out, sadly, it's Bradley joining us in chat. Shout out, Brad. I shouted him out at the top of the show for his excellent work on his Oculus Quest Pro and Oculus Quest Plus video, which I watched earlier today. And we say his name, and he's like Beetlejuice, man. He just shows up in the chat. So shout out, Bradley. Thanks for stopping by.
You didn't say it 3 times, though. He's a special Beetlejuice. That's crazy. That's cool.
He says he just finished watching the VOD version of Between Realities. So again, shout out to Skiva and his excellent.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Meow Meow the Gamer Cat says, "Yay, we got Returnal." I wouldn't quite go that far, but I will say that there are elements of this game that will remind you of Returnal. Indeed.
Yeah. Well, Returnal's so good. It's AAA on every level. It's gonna be hard for any flat game even to get to that level, in my opinion.
And then Roots. I mean, what about the art style, man? Doesn't it look charming?
Yeah. Well, I guarantee Scion's not raving about this game, but I like it. I want to know. I want to know how many levels, how many you're going to the top of this tower, right? Like, is it, I mean, it's clearly if you're gonna die, you have to stay alive to get to the end. I want to know how long it takes you. Is it something? Did Gamertag finish it, or was he, or do you know?
Oh no, it was a fairly abbreviated video. But I will say this, Roots. They do refer to it as a mega tower. So
Oh,
I got to imagine it's going to take a little while to get to the top. I mean, they don't call it mega for nothing, right?
yeah, absolutely. And sadly, it's Bradley says he doesn't want to derail, but he found some interesting Index 2 Deckard stuff today. He can't wait to share it. So definitely keep your eye on Sadly It's Bradley's channel on YouTube and get some awesome content out there.
I bet Scion just literally made audible noises as you read that with excitement, shaking with excitement for his eventual escape from his current situation.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. He's gonna finally get away from the CV1 hell censored. I lived that world. It's amazing until you get rid of it. And this is how I know for sure, Wes, because I got rid of it and then I went back to it for a little bit when you sent me yours. And then I went, you know what I mean? I had to use the sensors again, and it's a nightmare. It's great while you have to use it. And then as soon as you get rid of it, it's like, oh my God, it's like you took 20 pounds off your back. Telling you, Sion.
Yeah. It was good for its time, but the times they are a changing, my friend.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyway, super excited to check out Sweet Surrender again. I'm very pumped to see what kind of improvements that they've made upon this software. We're not going to have to wait long, Roots. This game comes out later this week, and I can confirm that we will be covering this game on this channel. Shout out again to our friend Eric in the chat for his VIP status, and MVP, I guess, would be a more fitting moniker for him, coming through with the review copies. So thank you to the developer, Salmi Games, and thank you to Eric for doing God's work.
Oh man, I love Eric, man. I love that guy. He's cool.
Anyway, Roots, what do you say we talk about something free?
Yeah, I love
Free stuff. It keeps coming from Rec Room. As a part of this past weekend's RecCon event, Rec Room has unveiled Rec Rally, a brand new game that will be available later this week for supported devices. Rec Rally is a brand new kart racer, which was built in-house by the Rec Room team as a showcase for their new vehicle feature. Introducing a brand new off-road environment, up to 6 players can race around the track and compete for first place, utilizing boosts, jumps, and power slides to their advantage. The buggies support multiple passengers and dual-wielding objects while driving, so whether you're in the buggy by yourself or with the passenger, combat racing is all part of the fun. As is the case with all of Rec Room's mini games, they're mini games. Rec Rally will support cross-platform play, as well as all the usual creator options that users know and love. And what this means is that users will be able to create driving experiences for their own rooms and invite friends to come and test out a new track. Rec Room's Rec Rally update will be released this Wednesday, September 29th, for free on all supported devices. Roots, we have a new kart racer. We have a free kart racer. We have the ability to have a passenger with us, helping us battle. This is amazing.
Yeah, how crazy is that? So how awkward would it be though if I'm like driving and I've got one of you guys in there and I feel this instinct to shove you out of the car? As long my dirt rally experience of somebody yelling at me the whole time it makes me a little sketch about somebody being in there. I think that's really cool though. I think it's cool because they're, everybody says, hey, they've got touring carts. We've got the other one I brought on the tip of my tongue. But this is free, right?
This is a free update, as is always the case with Rec Room, and it makes me curious, Roots. It says up to 6 players. Does that mean we can have 6 players and 6 passengers, or just 6 total people in the room at one time?
That's a good question. Because if
Because
that's gonna late maybe 3 people at the most, right? I mean 3 cars
because
if you had 6.
because what I'm thinking that we could do, which would be a really cool and fun experiment, is we could have Z Racer Day in Rec Rally as we drives, like I drive, Roots drives, maybe someone else from our community drives. And in the passenger seat, we can welcome our friends. Gamer Tag could be in there. We could get Anthony in there and they can recite their lines from Z Racer live as we play. We could get our friends from Rendered Reality to join the fun, and it just sounds like a party if you ask me.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I call GT right
I
now.
call PD. PD, will you sit in my cart and tell me to watch the paint job?
Yeah, see, GT was the only one I didn't get angry at. I was like, I can't get angry at him, man. He's got that accent, It's just good.
Paradise Decay says, who else likes to have someone lend a hand?
My mom!
Yeah, she does.
She's pretty quick to jump in the back seat as well.
Oh,
That's what I hear.
I heard she's too quick to do that.
Yeah, Traveling Man 3775 pretty much says the bottom line with this one. We'll be able to create our own tracks and vehicles too. Yes. And not only that, but I mean, there's a whole host of creator tools available in Rec Room and a lot of talented creators in there as well. So I'm going to be interested to see how they riff off of Rec Room's concept here by adding in new objects, maybe even some kind of like new weapons and stuff. I don't know what the extent that they're going to be able to affect the gameplay is, but I do know that there are some very talented people in that community, and that's the best part of all of this is that it's not going to start. It's not going to stop with this one track, but start with it rather.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Gaming science teacher said, I just tried Z Race on Quest today. What'd you think? Fast? Fast, huh?
It is fast. It's different. It's different. I need to play that more. Did they ever add the cockpit mode?
I don't think they're going to add the cockpit mode, Roots. I think that they started down that path of development and they realized that what you're talking about doing here is changing that game on a very fundamental level, and it's pretty much wouldn't be the same game if they were to do that. And not only that, but you're talking about severe motion sickness issues when it comes to putting a game like that into a first-person cockpit mode. So yeah, I think they aborted that mission, and I think it was a good idea for them to do so.
Yeah, I agree. Lee VR has the real question, but does it have wheel support? That's what we want to know.
Yeah, I'm sure it does not at launch, but I wouldn't say never on this one, man. These Rec Room guys are amazing, and I'm sure if you ask for it, they will build it, right? If you make it, they will come.
Yep.
And you know who else will come, Roots?
My mom!
That's right.
Ray Pope coming through with the 20, I guess, Australian dollars. Paying it forward, lads. Love your work. No support, no show. Now, I wouldn't go that far. But we'd put I'd put on my show on a soapbox on the street corner as long as there were people there to listen to me. But with that said, no support, no awesome show. And you're gonna find out soon what I mean by that. The show about to level up in a big way, thanks to people like Ray Pope. Thank you, Ray, for the support. It means everything, bro. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Rec Rally. It's been a while since I've been excited to go back in the rec room. Now I have been kind of itching lately to get back in the rec room because I've had a lot of fun in this with my family, with people in our community. I think we even played rec room, didn't we, Roots?
Yeah, yeah. We actually had me, you, and Scion. Scion showed us what was it? One of those adventures, right?
Yeah. One of the quests, right? We
Yeah.
played a couple of them actually. We
Yeah.
played the pirate one, and then we played the like the sci-fi shooter one.
It's not easy either, man. Like we
Oh,
we
I
didn't
don't think
make it.
we didn't finish any of them, did we?
No, we didn't finish any of them. So
They're long. Those levels are long, man, and there's tons of enemies in it, and they just have to pretty much hit you one time and you're done.
well, think about this. Imagine, you just as a kid, and don't hang me, we'll say 14-year-old because we don't want people to freak out about the age. Just got the Quest, right? Has no money, but is able to download Rec Room for free. How much content is in that game, right?
Months. This game could keep you busy by itself for months if you enjoy all of the uh, the official content for it as well as the user created stuff. You could be busy in this for literal months without being bored.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
it's an amazing product, and I think it's single-handedly caused Facebook to realign their expectations for Horizon in terms of gaming. Um, I mean, there's no way they could catch up with these guys, right?
No, they'd have to come up with something completely different that this doesn't have, which I'm sure they're working on it.
I mean, if they put enough money into it, I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. Your resources kind of determine how fast you can develop things, but they're certainly behind the eight ball on this one and playing catch up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gaming Science Teacher nails it. She says Rec Room can be cool. Played a player mode, made the escape room with my 10-year-old niece. Somebody made that, because they wanted to make a cool thing, and you guys enjoyed it. You got to spend time with your niece. I think it's cool. It's good for everybody, right? It's cool.
And the great thing about it is I have 2 gaming PCs in my house. I have 2 Oculus Quest. I have 2 PlayStation VRs with 3 consoles. We can all play together in Rec Room, all of us. And I've got 3 kids, a wife and 3 kids. So I mean, it's amazing to have something like this at our fingertips for free. Uh, when you look at all these other multiplayer games, many of which on Quest you have to buy multiple copies of just to play. So yeah, it's an amazing application. And if you don't even have a VR headset, you can play this on Android devices, iOS, consoles. Pretty much everything plays Rec Room.
I see your whole family racing in your own car. That'd be cool, right?
Absolutely. Facebook will just buy the creators of Rec Room eventually, says Scion in the chat. And you know what? I think they'd be wise to do so. I think it would be much cheaper for them to do that than it would for them to try to develop their own from the ground up and have it be less than this at the end of the day. So,
well, then they will ruin it, Scion says. Adds at the end. Typical
right.
Scion fashion.
They'll put their spyware in there and just crash everything.
Yeah, so the whole world's crashing, burning anyway. So let's just ride it out.
Anyway, this is amazing. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. Again, stay tuned to the channel for more details.
Yep.
Paradise Decay says Facebook should just and Go Green and Game On says don't give them any ideas. I'm sure they've already had these ideas. I'm sure Scion and PD aren't saying anything that hasn't already crossed their mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, typically we would stop at 4 topics, but this week I added a 5th because one of the headlines struck me as so awesome that I just have to talk about it a little bit here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about an all new social VR concert app called Stageverse, which just launched via App Lab on Oculus Quest. It's an all new social VR platform that allows multiple viewers to experience live events together through 360 3D footage captured from multiple angles around the venue. The app is supporting this week's launch with a limited time free experience based around Muse's Simulation Theory tour. The concert, which is around 2 hours in length, was captured in full 360-degree 3D video, and you can choose between 16 spots to watch the concert while you talk with your friends while it's playing. Roots, it's multiplayer. The experience uses its own avatars, which you can collect costumes for, along with other toys and interactive items. The experience airs at 7 p.m. Pacific, Eastern, British Summer Time, and Japan Standard Time every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Again, for a limited time only. Roots, this is in so many ways what we've been waiting for. Um, we've said it. We need a VR live venue that is full 360 3D, that we can view real life content from inside of VR and do it with a friend. And here we have it coming from App Lab of all places.
That's crazy, right? Well, if it, a couple things I want to mention to people, even if this doesn't seem like you don't think this is going to be what you want it to be, I would suggest you go in and check it out because they're going to be gauging this. The reason why there's a couple reasons why they're giving it to us for free. Because I did notice with what they said that for free a limited time, so it's not like it's going away after it's free. But we want them to know we're interested, right? And hopefully as long as the video is good quality, this is going to do well. People are waiting for this. They're itching for this. They want to go to concerts. There's people out there that are being told they can't go. There's people that are afraid to go. Now you can go, and you don't have to worry about any of that weirdness, and you get to be there in VR in your living room. How cool is that?
Now, I will point out that this Muse concert that you will be attending was captured over 2 years ago.
Oh,
Actually, around 3 years ago. So I'm sure that we have to note that this will be using a 2019 camera, not a 2021 camera. With that said, though, this will be the first time we've ever been able to experience anything like this in full 3D. Typically, we've seen stuff like this in alt space. We've seen stuff like this in venues, but basically, what they do with those things is they render an artificial 3D environment over a 2D stage with 2D video playing on it. That's not the case here. This is a full 3D 360 video. Well, so while I'm sure that the video isn't going to be the sharpest thing in the world, it is going to be all around you, and it is going to be in 3D, which is a first for VR, and I'm sure that it's only going to get better going forward as the cameras improve, as they already have since this thing was captured a few years back.
yeah. Well, and a couple years back when this was captured, there wasn't the demand to do virtual stuff that there is now, all the weirdness of the world. So I definitely think this will do well. If not in this iteration, I mean, it's coming. It's just a matter of time. And, I Traveling Man has a good point. Football games, basketball games, any sports, anything like this. Even Broadway plays. I mean, there's just so many things that they could do. That I think it'd be cool. I mean, I don't think you
They
should be
do,
talking during the Broadway play, but that's just my opinion.
and they don't lock you down. Like, you can move 16 different points in the arena, and again, multiplayer with their own original avatars and toys. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here that we liked about the Wave VR before it shut its doors.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, maybe this was inspired by the wave for all we know, right?
Yeah, well, we said that the Wave is kind of the future of not only like music videos but concerts, and a lot of what we liked about that on display here. So I'm super pumped for the potential, and I can't wait to see where this goes.
Yeah, well, I guarantee you, mark my words, there's going to be a time in the near future where people are going to feel like going to a live show is going to be antiquated. If anything, because you're not going to get the same experience, which is ironic because they say that about live, being there live. But if you can't be on the stage or be in like right up there and seeing this show and having things going on virtually that couldn't go on in real life, I think the ingenuity of people and just the artistic work that people can do, I think we're in for a treat. We thought the laser light shows were cool back in the day. Ain't nothing compared to what we're about to start seeing. So
Skiva in the chat says the Wave guys are now in Neos VR. And I got to say, Skiva, I've said it a few times recently on our program here that you've piqued my interest with this Neos. I haven't been in there yet. Social VR typically isn't my thing, but I love the Wave. And if Neos is anything like that, then I'm super down. You're going to have to give me the grand tour sometime.
yeah, that's what we heard. You're the tour guide, Skiva, and it's weird how he came in the Discord one day and dropped the bomb about this Neos, right? Took people on a tour and then just noped out. Was like, I'm just gonna let everybody just marinate in what just happened. And now we're all intrigued, Skiva. We need to know, what is this Neos, and we need your expertise.
Onakazi calling it Laser Floyd. Hell yes, friend. I'm so down for that.
Yep, Colorado time. Go in there and you're all set.
Skiva says, dude, let me take you in. I'll blow your mind. I'm all for it. Yeah, man, just say the word. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, those are when I'm home. Let me know.
Yep.
Speaking of which, Roots, this thing goes off Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And I went ahead and took the liberty of translating all of these different showings into our time zone. So for those of you Eastern time, these go off at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. Roots, so for you, that would be 4 a.m., 8 a.m., noontime, and 5 p.m. Do you think you'd be able to make any of those Tuesday?
I'm sure I could probably, most likely, with my best shot, at least when you're able to, would be 5 p.m. Just because I have no idea what's going on, unless I got up early and did 6 a.m.
So I say we try to hit this on Tuesday and talk about it on Wednesday.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yep. So I already know Eric is down there or down for it on Tuesday. So anybody else who wants to go check out Muse live with us, the invitation to our Discord is in the description below. Be sure that you're on our Discord server. I'll be announcing it on there before we go in. Let's all go see a free concert, man, in VR. Let's see where the tech was 3 years ago and experience it together.
Yeah. Think about that. What are they doing right now? What are they getting ready to release soon? It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I know that there was a brand new professional grade VR camera that just it either launched within the last month or it's getting ready to launch. Something crazy like $50,000 camera, but it's a big step up from the older versions. So we should start to reap the benefits of that next year as we upgrade our headsets.
Did you pick it up?
Yeah.
Your wife's like, we need to have a talk.
Gotta go to the bank first. Peter, I can join, but it will be late night, so I would not be able to talk. Well, man, you're more than welcome to come and hang out with us. It seems like it's a date. Wifey might even want to pop in for that one. I mean, we've got 2 quests,
Hell yeah, that sounds cool. That'd be date night with the rest of the strangers.
Ray Pope says I'm down for it if I'm not working. Hell yeah, man. Tuesday. There is a Sunday showing, literally going on right now. It's about to wrap up actually, but we're going in on Tuesday.
Cool. Sounds good.
Anyway, I think that's going to wrap up our news segment for the week and bring us into the week's reminders. We do have a couple. Well, I won't say a couple. We have one solid release and one maybe this week. First of all, we already spoke about it. Sweet Surrender from Salmi Games coming on September the 29th. $25 for Sweet Surrender. Again, just a few days to wait. I put 29th. I think this one's actually coming on the 30th. I think it's a misprint on my part.
It is, absolutely, because that's Wolf Raza's birthday, and he said that earlier. It was his birthday. Gamer Tag. Shout out to Gamer Tag. Still here? What's going on, bro?
What's up? Wipey joining the chat says it sounds fun. Yep, I agree. GT, we're going to the Muse concert in VR on Tuesday evening if you're available. PD's coming. A lot of the crew's coming. If they can get away from their personal responsibilities for a couple of hours. So you are invited, friend.
I have one responsibility, and it's work, and then I come home. Except for like tonight, where I get to go hang out with my kids. But
anyway, I said that there might be a second title released this week other than Sweet Surrender, which, by the way, super pumped for Sweet Surrender. We'll probably be talking about it next week on the virtual show. So again, make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. But I'm talking about Rhythm of the Universe Ionia. This game MIA on the PlayStation VR store last week, Roots. I'm sure delayed due to some conflict with the Sony QA department. Called that one, didn't we? Anyway, this game they're saying could launch any day now. Again, $15. Going to be interested, Roots, because it's feast or famine with this one. Like it was, jank aside, and there was plenty of jank on the PC version of this. It was beautiful graphically and worth your time to play through the hour-long experience just to take in the sights on PC. Apparently on Quest, not so much. And it's going to be interesting to see where the PlayStation version falls with regards to these two versions of this experience. I'm hoping that the reason this got delayed isn't because the Sony QA made them fix a bunch of this jank, but rather I'm hoping that they're working on a PS5 patch for it, because in my opinion, that's really the only hope that this has for being any good on PlayStation.
yeah, because if you can prove that it plays really well on and is amazing on the next gen, people can say, okay, it doesn't play very well on the old one, but that's just the way it is. At least it's good on the new one. If it doesn't play good at all, you're screwed. But I mean, it's such a good game as far as what we've played and what we've seen. So, I think it'll hopefully translate on the PlayStation VR or PlayStation. Yeah.
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed, which is something you can do easily while you're holding a Move controller. So.
That's very true.
Anyway, that's this week's releases, the notable ones anyway. I mean, there were some others. Check this out, Roots, while we're on the subject here. I'm going to bring up Steam and just let you know some of the gems that we've got coming out on Steam this week. You're not going to believe it. How did these games not make our list? Upcoming VR games.
Who says PC VR is struggling right now?
So we have Raygun Chess coming out this week, free. We have Flappy Person.
Oh.
We have Smashing Time. We have Lost in Abyss. And we have Planet Hot Pot. All coming out. Oh, don't forget Train Mechanic Simulator VR. All coming out this week.
You bumped all of those with Ultrawings or Sweet Surrender. What were you thinking, bro? All of those games.
Who said PCVR is dead?
That's right. I'll tell you what, they may not be dead, but they're definitely hitting a very rough time. It's funny because we're not even that far from the reverse of when PlayStation was going through, right? And they were like laughing. Now shoes on the other foot.
Karma, bro. We talk about it often on our channel. Karma, it'll bite you in the ass, friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and this is exactly why, maybe you're not the biggest fan of Quest, or maybe you're not a PlayStation VR fan, but I think you're cutting out a big chunk of a lot of good experiences or games on by not having any of the platforms. Each one of them is unique, right? And just by now you don't have to worry about those lulls, because when one is having a lull, the other is booming, and they bounce back and forth, and you get the best of all the worlds, right? So
Platform agnostic. That's what we are. We don't play these silly, team affiliation games that other gamers like to play, and they have to rep their brand. I love VR, man. I'm on Team VR, and it doesn't matter which headset it comes out on. If there was an amazing VR game on like Gear VR tomorrow, I would go pick up a Gear VR. I just love 3D gaming. I love immersive gaming, and while I do consider myself, a PlayStation gamer at my core, I'm not going to let that stop me from enjoying games on my Quest and on my PC.
absolutely. Dark Angel sliding in at the end says, "Hey peeps," or hi, well, sorry, hi peeps, and what's going on,
Hi,
Dark?
what's up, Dark Angel? The sun went down and Dark Angel came out as she often does. Uh, Looking forward to streaming this Tuesday, Dark Angel. We're gonna do some aftershocks on Tuesday night, and then if we have time afterwards, we'll probably do uh, a hitman mission as well. So again, Weasel After Dark, midnights Eastern time on Tuesdays. Don't miss it.
Yep.
Anyway, that brings us to our next reminder, which is it's one of the cool things we do, Roots. Is this is the part of the show where we ask you all to please join us as we do our part to support these awesome developers by taking a moment of our time to wish list a title. And cool stuff to wish list this week, Roots. We have you know Sweet Surrender, which comes out this week. We have Unplugged. And I don't know if Ultrawings II has a store page yet, but I think it does actually. So that's going to be my wish list this week. What about you?
Exactly the same. Although it's a Muse simulation, you said that's a separate app, right? Or is that
It's an app called Stageverse, which is free on App Lab.
okay? Yes, I got to pick that up, but I am going to do the same three that you do as well. And I would agree with Mash. He says he runs a Quest group, and he likes all platforms. So that tells you right there, right? So
Absolutely. Platform agnostic. And one more time, just a reminder, you guys, the Oculus Quest 2 community group on Facebook giving away 2 Oculus Quest this week and $1,000 cash. Link is in the description to that community. Don't miss out on your free stuff, man. I mean, that's an amazing deal that they've got going on over there.
yep, absolutely. Don't be the fool that didn't sign up, and you're like, oh man, I could have had a. I mean, you would never know, but for every person that has said, I never win anything, they've won something. You know what I mean? Like that's such a weird thing to say. You know what I mean? You have just as good chance as anybody. Why not believe that you could be the winner? Maybe that actually draws it to you, right, Skiva?
Absolutely.
Skiva knows what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Well, you believe it, you say it, it becomes reality.
Yep.
Anyway, I have wish listed Ultrawings II. Let me know in the comments down below what you wish listed this week. Again, a very big deal for the developers as it raises their profile on the various stores that you buy your VR games in, and furthermore, it lets them know that people are interested in their title. So again, it only takes a moment. Wish list something today. Support your local indie VR dev.
Yeah. Well, and support yourself, man. If you, it's like everything in life. If you actually put something forth and effort, it does come back full cycle. And maybe a game is developed directly because of your support. You never know.
Chris Richardson joining us in chat. What's up, bro? Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, brother and sister sliding in at the end, right? It's the best way. You got the whole show ahead of you now.
Mash Daddy says, thanks for the shout out. Well, thank you, friend. You know how it goes. Mikasa Zukasa, my friend.
That's right.
Anyway, our next reminder, which is our final set of reminders this week and every week, and that is how you can do your part to support our channel and our community. Of course, those of you who are new, if you haven't done it already, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and the bell. Don't forget the bell. Very important, the bell, if you want to stay up with our ever expanding library of content here on the Virtual Strangers channel. Lots of new stuff been hitting the channel over the last 4 to 6 weeks. And I can tell you definitively, I know a guy, and word on the street is, Roots, there's even more new stuff on the way.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Crazy madness, VR content flying in this place.
Cats and dogs living together.
So those of you who have been longtime subscribers and want to do a little something extra, all it takes is $3, not per day, not per week, $3 per month. And you can support us on Patreon, where you will also gain access to our weekly show notes, which reads like a VR newsletter weekly, as well as exclusive content, which generally comes in the form of exclusive gameplay. Roots, I have a series of videos that I shot around the time that we started this channel. I played through Face Your Fears 2, and I never published that series, Roots. It's 3 videos, I think, if I remember correctly. Content just sitting there going to waste. I think maybe our patrons might enjoy watching that.
I think so too. They get all the good stuff, all the behind the scenes videos and stuff. That's cool.
It's this sort of thing that you will be privy to. Not always stuff from the vault. Typically, it's stuff new releases and such. And furthermore, occasionally we do some insider updates on there as well. Give you guys some inside info on what's going on with the channel. And I'd say we have one of those coming up very, very soon, because a lot happening behind the scenes here that I can't wait to share, not only with the patrons, but with everybody else as well. So again, $3 per month gets you all these cool things, and it makes you it guarantees you a spot in our hearts for at least the next 30 days. So
well, plus
so,
towards the end of the year, you know, like if you want to be in the discussion for the 2021 show, we invite the patrons in there to discuss, and you get a vote on who's going to win. So, you know, that's a good reason to be a patron there as well.
that's absolutely true. We do a year-end show every year, an extravaganza where we give away games and games and games and games. Not only that, but we pick winners for the damnedest award categories you've ever heard in your life. And if you're a patron, you get to sit in on the discussion where we choose those winners, and your voice will be heard. Everyone's voice is heard, but I mean, the patrons actually sit in on the final selection, where we take into account what people voted for on the Discord, and we take into account our own feelings, the general marketplace attitude toward these games, and we select our winners. So again, another big perk for being a patron. That session comes in the form of a virtual meetup, which has always been done in big screen in the past, but there's so many new social apps. We might try something different this year.
Yeah. There's the sky's the limit. Who knows?
Yep. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap us up here. And with that said, friends, I'd like to thank you all once again for watching. For Roots, I'm Wes. We'll see you Tuesday night, friends. Concert time, Roots. Tuesday night.
Yeah, concerts. That's right.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.